So let's start with question number 5. An insect is drawn at a scale of 5:1. That means if the insect was 1 centimeter in size, we are drawing 5 centimeters wide. So we are drawing it at 5:1, and then the insect is 2.75 centimeter long. So when we magnify it 5 times, it shows 2.75 centimeter long. What is the actual length of the insect? So like 5/1 is equal to 2.75 upon actual length, let the actual length be x. And then let's cross multiply it with answer. X into 5 is equal to 2.75 into 1. So x is equal to 2.75 upon 5, which is equal to 0.55 centimeter. This is the distance, this is the size of that insect. A scale drawing of an 8.2 mm long electronic component is a scale drawing of 8.2 mm long electronic component shows the component 9.84 centimeter long. What was the scale used for drawing? What is the scale drawing? I will show you. Similarly, we are showing or we are drawing a particular schematic diagram about what the circuit board should look like. Circuit board is, we often use the term motherboard on our computers, laptops. Now, what is a motherboard? Basically, it's a board on which all the components, chips, and everything, the processor, chip, memories, everything will fit. This is called a motherboard. It started not with motherboard, it started with the idea of having a circuit board. Initially, people used to connect their capacitors, inductors, resistances, small battery cables, or some power cables, and they were all integrated on a same board. Because every time you connect it, there will be some one wire loose, and everything will go haywire. So when you switch on the power, we expected some result, but one wire was loose. Because one wire was loose, you spend 2 hours just to find out what is going on. So to fix that problem, it was agreed that we'll have a circuit board. On that circuit board, certain components will be fixed, and then they will be soldered with wires. As a result of that, a component being loose, one wire being loose, this problem is almost eliminated. It is never foolproof, but the frequency of getting the issue problem is very reduced, drastically reduced. So for that we design a circuit. On that circuit board, we show it magnified to fit the screen. It is observed that a component whose original length is 8.2 mm is shown with a size of 9.84 centimeter. So 8.2 millimeter is shown to be 9.84 centimeter. What scale was used for that? Now the scale is, let's say, actual size 8.2 mm upon 9.84 cm, which is equal to 8.2 mm upon 98.4 mm. I just multiply with 10 to get the series. Now units can be cancelled. 8.2 upon 92.4. Let's see if we can divide by 2. So this is, or we can divide by, I think we can divide by 4. So we get 2.1 here. Divided by, this is 4, and this is 24.6. So this is divided by 3 as well, so 0.7 upon 8.2. So the answer is 7:82 is the ratio. But the scale has to be written in 1:10. So we divide both by 7, and 1:82 by 7. Because I calculated this without using any calculator, if I have made any check this. Please check this answer. Well, please check this calculation, and if you get some other answer, please correct that. But this the logic is right. Just think maybe just the calculations might have been incorrect. Let's see the next problem. Yeah, this is the problem. The image shows a section through the stem of a pond-filled plant. Now there is a plant, what is pond-filled plant, and the section is shown. So what is happening is you take a section of it and you just slice the light slice that you take out is put under microscope, and then you see it. The image is magnified 80 times. We are used to see that. We have our camera, then we have with the camera, we have an optical zoom, and then we can take the image and after the picture is taken, we can still zoom the picture. This is a zoomed in picture. It is magnified 80 times. What is the actual width of the stem from A to B? Now A to B is shown with magnification of 80 times. Let's see the distance. Let's just go on slightly. Okay. Right, I'm getting this now. So what is expected is, if this kind of problem comes in the examination, what is expected is, with your scale, the scale that you have in compass, check from A to B and measure the distance. Supposedly that distance came out as x. Now this was equal to 80 times the original length f. Now whatever be the distance x divided by 80, x upon 80 will be equal to 10. The value of x is low because you will measure this distance from A to B. And just put the value here, divided by 80 to get the value of 10. Next problem. Use this map to find the straight line distance between New Delhi and Bangalore. Let's see this Mumbai, Kolkata and Srinagar. Let's see Mumbai to Bangalore, New Delhi to Bangalore. New Delhi is here, Bangalore is here. So we draw a straight line here. And on that straight line, we just mark the distances. Once we know the distances, this is shown as, see, this is 1 centimeter is 200 millimeter. Whatever will the distance here, let's say this distance comes out to 12 centimeter. I am only assuming 12 centimeter. So the actual distance is 12 into 200, that is 2400 kilometer. I think it will be more. I think Mumbai to Delhi distance is around 1600 kilometers. So this might be slightly more than 2400. But whatever be the answer, according to the same with all other distances. Let's see the next one. This floor plan of the house is drawn to a scale of 1:150. So what is 1 centimeter here? Obviously the bedrooms cannot be having 6 centimeter of width. No one sleeps in that distance. So 6 is multiplied by 150, this will be the actual segment. So whatever we take, it is multiplied by 150. Now what is the question here? The scale is given as 1:90. Not equal to 1. Scale is 1:150. We'll take this and this may not be right. What is the real distance in meter presented by 1 centimeter on the plan? So 1:150 is equal to 1 centimeter upon x centimeter. So cross multiply x is equal to 150 centimeter, which is equal to 1.5 meter. Next is calculate the real length in meters. The length of the living room. So the living room is here. This is the distance. This is the length that we are talking about. From here to here, here to here. This is what we will measure. How do you measure it? With scale. Just measure this and then multiply by 1. And you get the actual. The same goes for everything else. The real area, bedroom 1, for bedroom 1, just check this area. This is the area. Length. This is length, this is breadth, or this is length, this is breadth, and this multiply. First check this length, then you multiply by 150, you get the actual length. Then this breadth or the length, multiply by 150, you get the actual value, and then cross multiply them because it's a rectangle, area is good, length is good. And you can get it. The question B, calculate how much floor space there is in the bedroom in meters square. What what is floor space? The floor space is the amount of space that we have to actually do the flooring. So we are excluding the sizes of the walls. And then how do we do that? We start from one edge of the room. We start from one edge of the room. And yeah, suppose if you are talking about bedroom, from this wall to this wall, this thickness is not included because this thickness is what? This is for, okay, this is for bathroom. Yeah. So we'll check. Yeah, it's not for bedroom, it's for bathroom. Take bathroom. So the thickness of the wall on the doors is not included. So we'll start from here, this edge to this edge. And not this edge I think. Yeah. This is the distance. And then in between that we measure the distance same as this width. And then we can calculate the flooring. Calculate the cost of tiling. So if you know the area is A, the rate of tiling, the tiler charges are 15.25 per square meter. So the area, whatever the area, multiply that with the rate of tiling and you get the cost of tiling. So whatever area you calculated here, multiply that with 15.25 and you get the cost of tiling in dollars. That's how. I think we'll come to the end of this topic. If you have any doubts about this, you can always tell me. But this should be